So hello Wolfpack, I hope everybody survived the emosh full moon in Pisces. I'd say it was alright. I just and see that actually fits with if you're a hashtag oldie, nothing to do with age, it just means if you've been around a while, hanging around here in the Soul Fam, you'll have saw me say that I felt like I experienced the energies of the full moon in Pisces, which, you know, technically we're still in, because it was exact Saturday morning my time. So it's I would still count today, Monday, as I'm filming this, as in the energy. Although we're now in an Aries moon, it's still full moon energy, I would say. That's why I was saying if anybody wanted a session, if you wanted to book in a live session or a recorded session for Tuesday, which would be 13th. Oh yes, Divine Feminine. 13 is the Divine Feminine number. One of them, then that would be a good time. I'd definitely be in detective mode. But yeah, I'd said in the previous channelings that I really felt I was experiencing the full moon in Pisces a couple of weeks or at least 10 days prior to the energies, and I would say that's spot on because I couldn't stop crying like at that point. And actually weirdly, yeah, I would say that's what I was doing. It did feel like clearing a lot of grief. And yeah, and I've been absolutely fine this full moon. You know, I've been fine like on the actual full moon this weekend. I actually I just looked at 144 as I always do. I actually literally spent the whole day Sunday watching Dairy Girls. So I don't know if you've ever seen that, but I hadn't actually seen it till 2 weeks ago. Actually, my dad was going on about it, well, it was just I'd had tea with him after I was at the zoo with the kids and everything, and yeah, my dad was making me watch Car Share, which I was kind of like, this is a load of shit, and I was like, actually this is quite funny. And then it was kind of the same with the Dairy Girls. I was like, I was being open-minded, and then anyway, I literally watched all of it. Like I think I've just got to watch the very last episode. I think because I noticed it said in the info bit last ever episode, which looks like it's a longer one, an hour. But yeah, I watched the whole thing, so I highly recommend it. It's really weird humour, but fucking hilarious. And I'd say as well, like I've met a load of friends, like particularly during my mediumship. Like I know loads of like Irish mediums and stuff, like loads. And I just found I just found it really funny. Like, you know, it was really funny. Anyway, so I recommend it if you haven't seen it. It was just, there was some bits just made me piss myself. I think it's just the granddad is just such a dick to the dad. I just thought it was like funny. Oh man, I don't know what, that's probably gonna have some fucking sort of significance to someone, but we won't overanalyze that. Like seriously, it will. If you think about it, it probably is where somebody's dad gave somebody's partner a hard time or something. Holy fucking shit, man. I bet it is, or it could be like someone's mum gives somebody a hard time, like an in-law or an in-law to be. Anyway, right, but it's funny in the programme. Right, so these cards that I'm pointing at, so like I said, we're in a passionate fiery Aries moon, and like I was just saying to my friend, I'm fucking sick of people bashing the 6 retrogrades, right? People always like to dramatise Mercury retrograde, right? That's never going to stop. It's been a thing for fucking years now. Even though those of us with Mercury retrograde, you know, we get on fine, and actually because I look at things from a very different angle, I can help people in a massive way. And on that point, as I just looked at 418, and 184 is my birthday numbers. But on that note, it's more, I've just seen so many like people just going on about. I remember with me, it's only on YouTube, so I only see on people's community tabs that like people being like, oh my god, 6 retrograde, and like, hello, I live with 6 retrograde in my chart every fucking day. So it was like I said to my friend, maybe people have got an idea what I have to fucking move through every day to get on with my own shit and to be able to help a whole load of people. Do you know what I mean? So if people are finding this energy difficult, you're getting a taster of what I live with every day and what other people the rare people that have got that many retrogrades live every day. And that's why I would say in this realm, in the material realm, that's why I feel people with 6 retrogrades, or maybe even less, like get labelled with like dyslexia, dyspraxia, ADHD, dyscalculia, like you name it. I've probably even fucking forgot some of the shit that I've got, but again, and that's not me saying that it's not real, by the way, because I do experience a lot of difficulty and it matches up with what all these things are meant to be. But I've done extensive training in dyslexia, dyspraxia, ADHD, all that, definitely dyslexia, dyspraxia, but I read every book going, like, honestly, trust me, when I found out in my 20s, through recognising myself at uni that I had dyslexia, I read every book going, I've done everyone's nutting talking about dyslexia, but I actually also helped other people around me, loads of people, realise that they had dyslexia, because they went and then got tested and then they had it. So I don't know why I'm going into all this, but again, it'll be for a reason. And then also again, then when I was studying again, particularly after I accepted what was it, particularly after me having such a rough time on my counselling course, which led to my dark night of the soul, which most people around here know that big story, but that's basically, I can't believe we're going in it. That led me to then recognise that I had inattentive ADHD as well, because again, it was just this, why is it so difficult for me to do anything? But then it's funny, because now I feel like we've come full circle again. I'm like, oh, that'll be like the spells and the curses and the hexes and the just the people that just don't want me to get my work done in the world, you know, and help all these other people. Yeah, so who knows what one it is? It's a wee bit of all of it. Sounds like I'm joking. I'm not even fucking joking. Anyway, with that being said, having 6 retrogrades has its perks, right? So I'm going to talk about me because I've got 6 retrogrades, but bear in mind this is going to pertain to everyone right now. In all this retrograde energy, it's asking you to slow the fuck down. It's asking you to reassess, to reevaluate, to rest. So really to drop into your feminine. And what is it that I help people do? I help masculine energies, regardless of gender, soften into their feminine, because I've got all that retrograde energy. I really do feel, because I've got all those retrograde energies, it helps me be such a strong divine feminine force. Doesn't mean that I don't have days where I'm too in my masculine, but because of all that slow energy, I can really help people that are rushed about. Like, I help a lot of very passionate, driven, masculine entrepreneurs, like women, but like I remind them, like, look, you could still be that, but you know, slow down as well, and you'll have all this amazing stuff happen when you give yourself time to rest. So I don't know who needs to hear that, but I know someone will have needed to. I think that's all that they want to say about that. Yeah, but just don't buy into all the hype about, you know, like all people making a big drama about 6 retrograde, because like I say, I consider that my superpower. If you look at my info bit, I wrote that a year ago or something in the info bit, or Need Enough a year ago, and I've actually mentioned it as being a good thing, you know, my 6 retrograde. So again, there's me giving a different perspective on what you might have been seeing a lot of as well. People making a big drama about the 6 retrograde thing. It just means you need to go a little slower. It means that, yeah, you are going to have a few more challenges come up against you, but fall down 7, stand up 8. I don't, you know, identify with the Phoenix Rising energy for no reason, guys. It's because of all my Scorpio energy, but it's definitely because of how much I need to push through. So if I can do it, you can do it, is what I'm saying, right? Anyway, so have faith and accept what's down. The reason why I'm filming these, right, is because, again, when I just woke up and I'm kind of try to open my eyes and wake up half asleep, I pulled, you know, my own cards, and I pull it for my feminine energy and my masculine energy within me, right, for me, but also being aware that particularly when I'm pulling the masculine card, it's going to be where my twin is at, right? But I focus on me, because this is what I teach you. You got to focus on you, and then they'll focus on them. And same with when I pull the feminine one, but this is what blew my mind. So this is, again, I don't share every day. Like, I pull my own cards for me, and then I'll do the collective ones. But I do feel today I was meant to share this. So maybe I might get those cards and see if I pull them out again for the click. But these were my cards. But it's because I know they're going to resonate with whoever may need to hear these too. So I pulled, so I just said, and again, I didn't make a big song dance, but I just said, right, what do I need to know from my feminine energy today, right? I pulled have faith, right? Then I looked on the bottom of the deck, which I can consider the subconscious thing that I'm dealing with. Accept what's dying. And I was like, oh, right, wow, yeah, makes a lot of sense. Right? Guess what then happened, right? Shuffled them, and I said, what do I need to know for my masculine energy? Bear in mind, this is my masculine energy, and because it's an Aries moon, which is masculine energy, this is about like in regards to like what do I need to do today and all that. Wouldn't always mean that, but that's what it means to me today, right? I shuffled it in a different order, for which can also be the conscious and like basically it's the conscious and the subconscious mind, which is the divine feminine, divine masculine as well, right? I pulled for the masculine energy the other way around, accept what is dying. And then have faith was on the subconscious. So do you see, today is such a perfect example of how divine feminine, divine masculine energy works within you, but also how it works within two people. So it's like, I have to balance this energy within myself, but you know, little do I know, as I'm focused on consciously keeping the faith, it's because my masculine is consciously accepting what is dying, what is ending, you know, and remember that is the full moon in Pisces is grief and it is endings. I just looked at 1144, so this could be anything. So this could be like the end of situations, the end of one way being, it could be the death of the ego, the dark night, so it could be absolutely anything. Of course, this could be literal for people too, and I'm really sorry if this is for anybody that's literal, that anyone that this is speaking to. But that's how important it is for the feminine energy that resonates with to keep having faith. Because the other twin is going through a lot of endings. And then, sorry, I'm trying to, like, so I just looked at 1221 as well, which was a huge time when I was going through a massive part of my awakening. And I would say everybody in the wave that I'm in, that's when a lot of the divine, not everybody actually, because I know some divine feminines that awakened way later than that, but some divine feminines that may find this may resonate with being very aware of a massive shift in their own awakening around 2012. Yeah, and then, you know what I mean, it's like, yeah, basically I think that nails it, you know, that it's like, so let's put it here. So isn't this is interesting. So this means that if you resonate with the masculine energy, being conscious, which I would say if we're doing this for twin flames would be wherever my twins at, is like, but this is also the masculine in me, is accept what's dying. Like, you know, it's just, you've got to accept what is gone. You're no longer that person, or you're no longer in that situation, or this is no longer for you, which is what the Pisces full moon was all about, that we're still kind of in, and now we're in. And then it's like, when you can consciously accept that, right, that is the end of one way being, it's like underneath all of this apparent sadness, it's not apparent meaning it's not real, it's like you are sad, you're allowed to be sad, you're allowed to grieve, you're allowed to hermit, which is what that energy would be about too. But ultimately it's like you do have faith, whether you realise or not, that all is going to work out. Yeah, anyway, I get it, but hopefully you do. I just wanted to share, they guided me to share that. But it was just like, say, I just found it fascinating because I did shuffle and it came out in the verse, but that makes sense. So what that tells me as well is it's like the twins in my wave are, it's like a complete mirror in the twin. Even if you've not got a fucking clue what's going on in their life. Because let's read it for me now, right? So I did read it for me, but the sun's coming. Look, the sun is rising, the sun coming in again. I'm having faith consciously, and subconsciously it's like I've just went through accepting what is dying. Again, this really actually to me speaks of what's going on in the dream time, and 100%. Yeah, because the dreams I had were really fucking weird last night, without going into loads of detail, it was like people from my past, which I've completely accepted that they are no longer in my life, right? But it was like, it felt like it went on forever. But it was all about people from my past. And again, Mercury retrograde, the past. And I thought, it felt pointless to me, to be honest. It really felt pointless because I accepted a long time ago. But what it tells me is maybe those people, in fact, definitely those people won't have accepted it because it was just so there, you know. But it was like, I was like, why is this dream even happening? Because I've accepted this. But it's probably because somebody else hasn't, or the other people haven't. So, just in case somebody needs to know that. Yeah, and then, so within myself, it's a wee bit more complicated, confusing for me to translate that when it's just for me. So I'm having faith, and I'm accepting that in the dream time, my soul is trying to work something out, or like I say, it's like my soul's helping other people in my life, even if they've got nothing to do with my physical life anymore. It's like, just accept that grief that they're dealing with. Because again, remember, it's like, even it's like when I say, look, be open for people that need closure, because even if you're over it, other people might not be. And that's more talking about, it could be talking about love stuff, it could be talking about friendship, it could be talking about anything. You don't need to, you know, have someone in your life anymore, but it's just be aware that other people may be going through that. They're getting dragged back to the past, and it's all coming up. Of course, that can be a good thing too, because it can be happening to twins that you're wanting to hear from as well. But that wasn't what mine was about. Mine was about other people from my past, like, and just being in my dreams. I'm like, what the fuck are they in my dreams for? Right. Right. Yeah, I can't be bothered translate that anymore because I went on for ages. Right, so these cards leapt out when I was shuffling as well. So this is the Ten of Swords. Again, painful endings. But not, well, yeah, painful endings, but let's see what it says. The resolution of difficulties, a weight lifted off your shoulders, the end of an addiction or codependency. But I like the wording on this particular card more. It's like, that's why that makes perfect sense, doesn't it? That particularly masculine energies, I would say, although these just jumped out, so I wasn't meaning divine feminine, divine masculine, so take it where it fits. It's like dealing with the end of things, like, you know, so it's just about exhaustion, but something's a weight off someone's shoulders, and it's the end of an addiction or codependency can particularly speak to people where it isn't even about a karmic situation being a person, and it's an addiction, you know, or codependent on many people. Like, you can be codependent in friendships. You can be, I would say that's the dreams I've been having last night, are like about past codependent friendships, and I can only assume that it must be other people, stuff coming up for them, therefore I'm picking up on it, and that's, I'm like, what the fuck's this all about? It'll be for a reason. You don't, this is what it's like, your twin flame, isn't it? I don't always know, I can't prove that. And you don't always know, well, you do, you know more about your twin because you can you really tap in, but the thing is, I suppose actually with me saying that about friendships, I'm so telepathic with everyone in my life that even if someone isn't in my life anymore, unfortunately, I could still be telepathic, you know what I mean? But I just, it's like I like cut the phone line, do you know what I mean? Because I do want to pick up on people that aren't in my life anymore. Right. 2 of Autumn, this popped out as well. Bring fun into everything you do, juggling multiple priorities or jobs, and exceptional talent for multitasking. Again, this sort of speaks to me about the retrograde energy, and kind of like, you know, what I have to do. It's like, I just bring fun into everything I do, with my Venus and Aries in the 5th house, which is the Leo energy. But it can kind of be that kind of, yeah. I wouldn't, that's not me. An exceptional talent for multitasking. I wouldn't say I've got that. I find that a struggle, but wherever, you know, wherever that speaks to you. Right, anyway, let's put the phone down a minute, and I'm going to shuffle them again. So, excuse me for putting you on the floor. I could clip the video, but I don't think that's necessary. Right. I'm going to get that evergreen too and see what comes out. It's not even the whole deck. Let's put this here. It's just because I'm sitting in my jammies and before I go on my walk, and I just felt inspired. Oh, think things through, go with the flow, and do something different, okay? These have just jumped out as I was shuffling, so whoever needs that message, let's just put them back just now. Then we'll just do that. Yeah, so I just thought I'd just do it now before I, procrastinate and do something. And this is what I mean. This is why I'm like, fuck it, let's go. Because I'm a perfectionist. I'd say I'm a reformed perfectionist, you know what I mean? That's where fuck it, let's go idea came from. That's where getting people to take messy action came from. Over me stopping myself for years. But again, I'm not going to speak about myself like that because I've not been there for a while now, so but we can fall back into it, you know what I mean? Especially in perfectionist Virgo season. Right, so what have we got for the collective of feminine energies? Not necessarily mine, because like I say, I'll continue to do my own when I come off this, but I might pick up on one. The collective of divine feminine energies are going to pick up on this. Your divine feminine energy, and whoever is the divine feminine energy. Oh, I'm going to use I've got this wee cute wolf tarot, wolf pack, and I might not have a fucking clue what the cards are, right? Just saying, so bear with me. But I'll just feel in the picture. And that's very Pisces, look at the pictures. Feminine energy in the conscious mind, this will be. Oh, the King of Swords, King of Winter. Knowledgeable, experienced, fair-minded, unemotional. Get advice from someone professional and objective. Public speaking, unemotional relationships. God, that feels like it's going back to that message that kept coming through all the last week and the week before about people needing to get help. Yeah, so like consciously knowing that you need an outside perspective on things. So it's for example, it can be when people come to me when they're suspecting they're being treated unfairly, or surrounded by people that are gaslighting them or narcissists or that, and it's like then when they come to me and I listen to them, I'm able to give my professional opinion on it, experience, knowledge, and that's again, this is why I said it in the comments the other day, but this is why I'm good at, and that's why a lot of people won't even book, because they may be scared to find out the answer. Is like all these people that think they're a twin flame, or they're positive about who their twin flame is, and then again, I know that's the prudy thing. It says I can't tell you who the fucking frauds will tell you that they can tell you who your twin flame is, right? Be very aware of that. And then it's very popular to prove that you're real, to be like, nobody can tell you who your twin flame is, only you know, all that kind of shit, right? I'm somewhere in the middle. So you can believe me, not believe me, I don't really give a shit, right? I've got countless of people to prove that it's true. It's just, I have to share the reviews, it can't be real life people sitting there for obvious reasons saying, oh yeah, Claire, help me out this really toxic, abusive relationship, because that's not very safe in some people's cases, everyone's cases, I would say. So basically, where's I going with that? Yeah, that's true. Only you know who your true twin flame is, but what we say is some people can be really, I've noticed some twins being really hoodwinked by what I would call false twin flames as well. And the reason why, I'm not telling someone who their twin flame is, but the reason why I can easily feel into it and spot it, and I don't sell someone, I just listen to their story, and usually the person works out for themselves, and during the session they're like, oh my god, it becomes, excuse the pun, but it becomes crystal clear who's who. This isn't every session, but it does happen in a lot. So if that's the person's issue, that's what will happen. If they were confused, they will realise. It will happen, but it will have happened with a lot of you that are watching this, if you've had a personal session with me, if it was relevant, if you were confused about who was who. And even people that didn't think they were confused, and then they just started being like, well, this is my twin flame, and I'm like, really? Because, and then me and my kind of objective, detaching my own emotions from it, but being, fair-minded and experienced and knowledgeable and giving my honest, blunt opinion, I'd be like, really, because that sounds kind of toxic and it sounds very karmic. And, you know, people have been really pissed off, you know, but again, it's spirit speaking through me and not wanting to be with people that are abusive. And I'd have to go into so much detail about this, but I do kind of in this just briefly. The reason I know the difference is because I was confused at one point, but that was a very, 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 very long time ago in my life. That was over 10 years ago. It was over 12, 13 years ago in my life. My God, wait a minute. Yeah, so I can't remember the exact, but it was that long ago, you know. And yeah, if you want to know more about that, you'll have to watch the other long-winded and long valuable channelings if you're in that situation. So I'm not just kind of saying this from having no experience. It is my expertise, and then like say, other people that are worth their salt that pick up on what I'm good at always pick up on that, is that, you know, I'm good at helping people that have been subject to narcissistic gaslight, and, you know, it's my Pluto and 0 degrees Scorpio energy in the 12th house. I can pick up on, you know, the subtleties and the things that other people will miss. That's my 6 retrograde energy too. It's a combination of everything, you know. It's my soul. It's a difficult job, but someone's got to do it. But yeah, anyway, wherever that speaks to people. So honestly, I'm trying to say it without being annoying at people, because it is going to trigger people, but if you are somebody that speaks to that it's like you thought you knew who someone was, you thought it was true love and all of that, and then you realise, oh my God, what the hell, like that's not real, like that's not been healthy. And then perhaps you realise, oh shit, it's that other person from my past that's always been there, that's loved me unconditionally, that's been there even when I've been acting like a bit of a dick and pushing them away and running away. And so again, I don't know who that's for, but it's gonna speak to someone, right? But it doesn't need to be about that dilemma. It's just obviously with this full moon being the 12th house full moon, and that's where my placement that helps people with that is, that's why they're getting me to mention that, because people could be watching this 6 months from now, it'll still be relevant. So, you know, get advice from someone professional and objective. So just basically that to me speaks of a counsellor too, someone that's not involved in the situation, you know, that can listen and be like, but it's just the difference with me is I'm a twin flame counsellor, so I use my counselling skills, my shamanic skills, and, you know, you'll be able to work it out. So conscious mind of divine masculine, and we'll use a different deck in case the same card comes out, of your divine masculine energy. 2 cards. Oh, I thought it was going to be the King of Swords too. What's that one? The Hanged Man, right? I feel they both. So what I'm getting from this, right, is in your masculine energy, very interesting, because this is like, I'm reading this as, with everything I said there, for whoever that's for, you could be feeling a bit guarded, right? A bit guarded, a bit kind of detached. And this is, to me, is like, this is you, because this is your feminine energy, so it's like you're kind of feeling a bit almost like guarded from letting someone in. And then and then in your masculine energy, you got the King of Cups in reverse, and I'm kind of reading it as like, again, it's like, you know, not feeling like you want to give all that love out right now, actually. So it could even be to someone specifically, or it could be to anyone. Like, you know, you might be feeling a bit low energy after that full moon, actually. So quite an interesting message. Like, you know, you're kind of like in this liminal space of not quite the end, not quite the beginning, which is definitely what I would say that the shift between Pisces full moon, but Pisces moon, any Pisces moon to Aries moon is, because Pisces is the end, Aries is the beginning. So just watch if you're a bit lower energy is what I'm getting from this. And then if we're talking about within a dynamic, divine feminine, it could be feeling a wee bit more detached than usual, this is healthy, because actually if you're feeling really detached and you're not daydreaming about your twin flame at all or as much, it'll feel really weird, and you may even grieve that. I feel that's what was going on with me. You may even sort of kind of grieve that, why am I not, like, what, this is weird. But it's actually because it's becoming more real. Like, it's getting closer to becoming manifesting in the physical. So yeah, someone really needs to hear that. The detachment is good. Everybody knows that when when you just forget about something and engross yourself, immerse yourself in something else that you love, like, not a person, that's going down a different route. You're gonna get fucking... Aye. I know people say you have to get under someone to get over someone. Most of the time I'm going to say that's very bad advice. There might be some circumstances where it's a good idea, but yeah, with twin flames that is not a good idea. You're accruing more karma. This is like about the detachment and just not be giving out your energy. Oh, wait a minute, sorry, now and then this is a masculine. So anyway, I already said that. Yeah, but don't give out your energy to everyone, because you're looking after you right now, recharging. And this is about the divine masculine energy, regardless of gender, not ready to offer that love yet. It's all there, but not ready to love it yet, because they're loving themselves. You're loving you're loving yourselves if you're resonating with this, or your divine masculine's loving themselves. But again, you see how it fits. Like, if it's you, like, you're having a, like, so this speaks to me, because it's like, I've had unconditional love for myself for a very long time and teaching people that, but I do need to be giving back to myself right now. And it's not a case of, oh, I'll just do that over the weekend, I'll be fine. It's like, no, I really, more so than not, need to be giving back to myself. But the divine masculine needs to be loving themselves, and they're just in limbo a little bit. Right, love it. That's the conscious mind. Right, where are we at with the subconscious? So let's see if I can read these wolf cards. I'll just let the divine speak through me. Subconscious of the divine masculine. Sorry, divine feminine. But see, that means something if I'm getting confused. What does it say? Oh, I can read that. It's the Four of Swords. Four of Watchers. I love... Oh my god, and that's so fucking spot on. Divine feminine. That little wolf sleeping. Four of Watchers, rest. And that'll be the Four of Swords. So again, this is so Pisces full moon. I love it. I'm getting all geeky. This is like rest, it's meditation. So all this stuff I'm going to say is Pisces energy too, right? The full moon we're still in. It's... So if you're seeing, so if you sort of follow other people that know their astrology and that, and you're seeing people going, it's Aries moon, like, fuck it, let's go, take action, blah, blah, blah. But you're like, really? Because I'm still feeling the Pisces full moon. I'm still feeling the retrograde. Trust what speaks to you. Take the bits that I say and go with it. Take the bits that don't speak to you that I say and disregard it, you know what I mean? But if you're still feeling in this, it's, subconsciously you're meant to be rested, you're meant to be in receptive mode, which now makes sense of everything I said here consciously, because you're giving yourself, so divine feminine and subconscious, you're stepping in, you're being more in your feminine, because your divine masculine is at 33 minutes, which I consider a divine masculine number because it's Jesus, is stepping in to divine masculine. So again, rest. Again, your dreams might be pretty wild as well. I've just realised that connection in me saying that my dreams was pretty weird last night. Again, it was all about the past, and it was people about the past that... I mean, that's pretty harsh, but like, seriously, it's people that like literally have nothing to do with my life anymore whatsoever. And I'm not even saying that defensively, like, it's serious, because again, you don't know what I'm talking about. So it's like, if it was people that I'm like, oh, I mustn't be over that yet, it's like, I'm definitely over these connections. But what it says to me is the people involved, like, may have been dreaming about me, and then I've been picking up on it. Yeah, very interesting. But yeah, so just rest, there's a lot going on there in the dream time, and you're working through a lot. You're being guided to meditate, you may be guided to sleep more as well. Right, subconsciously. So this to me says that the divine feminine energies that this really speaks to, regardless of sex, you could be a man, woman, whatever your identity is, you're really settling into your divine feminine energy, which again is fitting in with all of this. You're detaching and you're in your divine feminine energy. So whoever your masculine energy is will be coming that little bit closer to being with you in the physical, if they're not already. Divine masculine in the subconscious. Four of Hunters, security. So this will be the Four of Pentacles, I'm pretty sure. So again, this is about yeah, it's this is really interesting because it's kind of like, right, that's going to up. It's still this cautious feeling because security, you know, it's like the traditional. It's holding on to the Four of Pentacles. It's caution. It's, to me, the fours are about stability, perseverance, persistence. Which again, I've just said at the start, I have to have all the time. We're having the 6 retrograde all the time that people are only needing to deal with for a short period of time, unless you've got that too. But like I said, I don't ever meet anybody with that. So, speak up if you've got it too. And then we can be like, yeah, I know what it feels like. But so the 2 4s as well, as both twins are working on themselves, you know, like what's bringing you security, what's bringing you safety. But divine feminine energy in the subconscious, a lot of rest, a lot of sleep, a lot of dream time. Divine masculine is building up their safety and security. But again, this is kind of holding back, like, so not coming forward, or you not going forward to someone because you just need to fill up your own cup and you're in limbo from ending to beginning. See how now 36 minutes. I'm not explaining that. People know, you just know if you know, and if you're new around here, you'll just learn what it means. It's, yeah, you know, it's like in a bit of a transition and a bit of a limbo, building yourself back up after a difficult time. Interesting. Right, so wait a minute, have I got enough cards to do that? Let's clarify this King of Winter for Divine Feminine Conscious Mind. Ace of Swords. Yeah, right, what I'm getting with that instant hit, right, is you're not quite sure of what your truth is. So that's why you need, oh, this is so clever the way they've done that. You're not, because that, again, that's truth, right? That's truth coming from the divine. I'm taking it to mean, but it's like, you're not sure of what your truth is. You're confused. Someone's fucked with your head, whoever message this is, or you fucked with your own head. You confused yourself. I do feel this is going to speak to someone that's confused about a twin flame that probably isn't a twin flame, or whatever. It might not, I'm not going to say probably, but this is definitely, it's not going to be everyone in situ, but it can be. So it's like, that's why you need outside expert, true expert, genuine expert advice to help you work out your own mind. And for other people that's not going to speak about that, it's just the same. It's like, you're not getting a well-rounded objective. It's like, almost like what they're showing me, right, as I'm being drawn to 37 minutes, it's like, you could be gaslighting yourself. Like, oh, it's not that bad, you know, they're my family, or, you know, it's my friends, they want the best for me, or whatever. It's something like that. You're gaslighting yourself, so it's like you're not actually seeing the truth. So it's like you need an outside person. It kind of reminds me, right, makes me feel, I really feel the emotion in it, but it reminds me of when I've had client situations where, after having done stuff with me, and it's come to light, when they've had help out of other, you know, people, not, you know, like, so like went to other places for help, maybe like if I've been like, right, you know, this would be the next good step to go to, blah blah blah, this person will help you, and then it's like another outside person that isn't attached to the situation gives the same opinion, like, you know, that you're being financially abused is a big thing that comes up with a lot of people that work with me, or just, you know, mentally, just on all levels, you know, or some levels, and it's like that's really interesting. So that's going to speak to someone, right? Whew. Deep messages. So let's clarify this conscious mind of divine masculine. Didn't mean it to be this long, but whatever, as long as it's helping. Oh, interesting. So we've got the King of Swords. And that interests me. That really interests me, because we've got twin flames. We've got divine counterparts. We've got we've got the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. But this could, again, if this was from this deck, this would be two people that have got their backs together. And what's interesting is, I once channeled a message months ago called The Queen and King of Swords Are Dropping Their Shields. And I bet you anything, if you're guided to watch that, that'll be happening in real time for some people. So this is what I mean. If I can be arsed, right, I'll link the videos below that I mention. But this, I think this is going to happen for forevermore now. I'm channeling out these messages and it won't be happening in real time. And then I'll be showing clairvoyantly the ones that it links to. Because, yeah, it's the thumbnail. I think the thumbnail is me holding up the King and the Queen of Swords with their backs. But it's like, I called it dropping the shields. Interesting. But yeah, again, this energy is like, what I'm getting is the divine masculine, the conscious mind is consciously, yeah, detaching and looking at the truth about, this is really, oh God, this is fascinating, but it's like, I'm going to channel this, it's like, I'm going to channel the energy of whoever this is going to speak to, right? It's like, right, I know that I need to look after and love myself right now. I can't give this love to anyone, my twin flame, to anyone else. Like, although your twin flame is you, but it's just like, I need to give this to me. I need this to give this to me. Because I can see the truth now. That I've been too caring, too loving, too compassionate to every fucker else. And I'm in a bit of a confused middle ground right now. And that's, I need to give back to me. So you see how this is, that's really going to speak to whoever you are, regardless of gender. You could be a man and you could be like, I've got all this love for my twin flame, but I really need to love myself right now. I just feel in the middle of things, the middle of the ending, that again, I'm bringing it back to that, accept what is dying and have faith in what is to come with the twin flame, I feel. But like this, and the reason why I'm saying about, because it's a feminine on the card, right, but this could be for a masculine too, but this is going to speak to a lot of the masculine women that help, or the women that are, when I say masculine women, it's women that appear to me as masculine women. But like I always say, a lot of these women will shift into their feminine, like, to be the predominant when they are with their masculine. Some might not, but some will. You know, there are divine masculine women that will stay divine masculine, but just whatever fits. But there's just so many women that are appearing as divine masculine energy because of this. We're so guarded, detached. I mean, you know, this would have been me at one point, but it was my calling to really fall into my feminine, and that's why I sit there and declare my undying love for my twin flame, because someone's got to do it. Someone's got to embody, and not just someone, you know what I mean? It's like, whoever's guided to do it has got to just be like, do you know what? Yeah, I do fucking love the fuck out of my twin flame, and I'm just gonna keep on fucking saying that I love them. Do you know what I mean? It's like, because it's a masculine action, and that is about having all this love. That's so funny, yeah, because that's the truth. Love it. Yeah, and then even that's the truth, yeah, you know what I mean? And what, you know what I mean? Because most people could be, you see, that's how you could read it in a different way, because a lot of people would be like, yeah, I'm not even, this is how I was in the past, yeah, I don't like him anymore. I'm joking, I wouldn't have even said it outright like that, but I would have given that impression. I would have game-faced it. Definitely if I've seen him out and about in a club, and if he was like chatting up other birds or whatever, or, you know what I mean, or even if he wasn't, even if he was just having fun, yeah, again, because he's, I don't know what he's like now, but anyway, that's what he would have been like before, chatting to folk and that. And I'd just be like, I don't even care. Even if I did, you wouldn't have been able to tell that I cared, right? Because I'm that good at game facing it. Poker face. Right. But then that's not always a good thing, because, you know, maybe he needed to know that I cared. But anyway, listen, we don't regret things. They happen the way they're meant to happen, right? But I'm sure he's going to claim that. And he won't be lying, he'll be telling the truth. Like, I can admit that, right? Right, so. But that was me protecting myself. And in some ways, I would honestly, to back myself up, I would say it was a wise thing to do in some circumstances. Right. Now, just overall, what's going on in the physical? Let's see if some of the same cards come out. Divine Feminine and the physical become a clear makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Divine Feminines are going within, meditating, connecting with the divine, to become a clear channel. Now, if you're like myself, I was born a clear channel, but just became even clearer. Again, clear means clear, and this is how I help people become clear channels as well. But it's, if you want, like what I always say, people that I teach, you want to become a clear channel, get meditating every day. People don't like the boring answer, but it's true. Lean more into your feminine. Stop rushing about, and then you'll be. But that's why I mean my 6 retrograde or superpower. I slow it right down. Even when life is fast paced, even when I've got a lot of clients, I can slow it right down. That's why I spot what other people don't spot, because of that energy. So whatever that means. So this is either that you are already feeling that this is happening, or you need to, oh, look how that fits. In order to be able to see the truth, to become a clear channel, you need to get the outside perspective or the outside help with that. So this is maybe people that need mentoring from me, this would speak to. This can be two things. This can be people that need counselling from me or whoever you're guided to, or mentoring from me or whoever you're guided to, with how to connect with the divine and how to take more care of yourself. So I'm working with a lot of people right now with my therapy clients, the women that are incredibly talented, gifted, spiritual, got amazing matrix jobs is what I would call it, but they need to slow down. So I'm their therapist right now, and their shaman and their healer, to help them to do that, to recognise the need for rest and not be too hard on themselves. Love it. Right, divine masculine energy and the physical. Is it going to be the same one? Oh, two of the same ones that came out before. Go with the flow. Look, yeah, divine masculine energies are being guided to go with the flow, to be more feminine, to go with the flow, because we're in all this retrograde energy, and to think things through. So this is funny, this is like a divine masculine, that's a divine feminine. It's like still thinking things through, right? Because we've got Mercury retrograde in Libra, which is about, you know, weighing things up all the time, procrastination. Is I need to be fair to everyone, but oh wow, oh my god, that's fascinating. This is fascinating to me, right? Sorry, I'm getting all geeky with this, but sorry, it's really going to speak to someone. You might be thinking things through too much, or I'm seeing like the kind of 2 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles energy, where it's like you're weighing things up and thinking it through the time, but you're not seeing clearly, because the Mercury retrograde is confusing you, but also because you've been gaslit and all the people around you are making you feel like you're not actually seeing the truth of things, you know, like, you know, it's you're going crazy, or you're not seeing it right, or we're just trying to do the best. This is like not a good energy that I'm picking up on, but it is what I'm picking up on. So rather than thinking things through all by yourself, you really need to go and get the outside perspective from people that do know what they're talking about. And the going with the flow is that's you going into your feminine, trusting your intuition more. Yeah, so I really do know that is going to speak to people, but I feel the message is, I feel I want to stop that there, but why is my hand being pulled to here? Yeah, well, I didn't say 2 of Wands, but again, it's like making plans, right? But it's like I've pulled it in reverse again. So it's just, to me, it's like I said, what did I say? I said 2 Swords and 2 Pentacles. But I'm taking it to mean it's like same thing. It's like look, your plans almost can't. They're not. It's like you can't make proper plans because you're. I feel this is about someone that's been really confused. Look, fucking same cards. See, it's not me. It's the divine speaking through me. Same fucking card in reverse again. You're confused about what the truth is. These cards upright are, this is the truth. Might be piercing, but it's the truth, right? The divine truth. This in reverse to me today is saying you're not seeing the truth clearly. You're not that right now because of whatever's went on around you. So the plans you're making can't be made because you're not in the truth. It's almost like when you can accept that you have not been treated right around you, then you can plan accordingly and you can stop doing that. But I feel that's only when you reach out for help. Wow. See, because the masculine energy, regardless of what gender you are, would be like, I can do it all myself. I'm overreacting. I'm being too sensitive. Like, again, gaslighting yourself. And I don't need anyone else's help. Like, that's what the masculine, but then softening the feminine would be, I'm going to get help see what someone else says about this. It's kind of like when I've said before that I know exactly, I can feel exactly what is going on with whatever area of my life I'm wanting to tap into, right? And I could read my own cards. But the reason I'll get a reading with someone is to see what they get. And when I get guided to whoever I get guided to, they'll, if I've been guided right, which the divine will always guide me right, even if it's a negative experience, it's like, you know, it's for a reason. It's like, but that's not happened in years. It's they'll just reflect back what I picked up on, you know. And again, for me, it's like, it's usually if I'm sensing there's a lot of black magic or negative energy sort of coming at me, I'll be guided to someone that picks up on that like I do, and then it'll be like, right, I'm not being paranoid, because you know, I might even fall into, oh, am I overreacted, and then not, someone will get exact same, or whatever other area of life, right? Yeah, look, right, I'm going to end it there, cause tomorrow is the 13th, and this is divine feminine energy, and it ties in to accept what is dying. Could we find that card again? Reach for the stars. Well, there's an extra message. In order to reach for the stars, you need to accept what is dying. I'm going to find to accept what is dying and put it beside death and rebirth. Powerful. Right, I hope this spoke to you. It was a lot longer than I meant it to be, but I hope that this is, oh yeah, this is totally the energy of the full moon in Pisces going to the Aries moon. So I hope this energy spoke to you. If you enjoy the way that I channel and the way that I use the astrology in my, oh, I said that weird, the astrology in my own way and the way that I weave it in, it's really astrotherapy that I'm doing. Like I say, there's always healing, there's always light codes being emitted, yeah, book your own session. Mediumship comes in, because I'm looking at the death card where it's appropriate as well, if you're open to that. If you're not open to hearing from loved ones in spirit, just tell me and I won't tell you what they're saying. But yeah, just book an hour Zoom session and we can just let it go with the flow. That's what I do in my sessions, go with the flow where it goes. But if you're interested in a particular part of my work and you want it to be all about astrology, then I can look at your astrology chart for an hour. If you want it to be, if you want to dive really deep, you can do the one that's a few hours and a bigger investment, obviously, and I can totally read your astrology and it'll be like 10 years worth of therapy in a few hours. That's what some people are saying. Anyway, I'm going to go. Have a lovely, lovely day. Please let me know how this resonated, or at least like the video. Share it with your twin flame friends, because we need to get up to 500 subscribers so that I can channel my written channelings in the community bit, because I really love doing that. I've been doing it in the comments, so read the comments if you like reading stuff rather than the videos, because that's where I'll be putting that when I'm guided to. Right, see you later, bye.